Malone. Welcome to Movie Juice on your home of film here on Starfix. I'm on the famous Hollywood Boulevard. It's officially winter here in LA. Luckily, we have got a hot show to warm me up. Take a look at what's coming up. In tonight's show, Renee Brack chats to Daniel Craig and co-star Naomie Harris about the 23rd installment of the Bond franchise, Skyfall. And then Lizzy Lovette hits the red carpet in Sydney for the Australian premiere. I get to chat with the young stars of Twilight about the conclusion of their vampire tale, the Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 2. And of course, we'll fill you in on all the latest and hottest Hollywood news. First though, let's kick things off in our trailer park with a look at a film you might have heard a little bit about, maybe because it had massive production delays, or perhaps because it stars Mr. Brad Pitt. He plays a UN employee trying to navigate his family through a zombie pandemic. Here's your first look at World War Z.
Does it live in a jungle?
No. Oh.
Is it really fast?
No.
Does it live on the Great Plains of Africa?
No.
Hey!
What is going on? Hold on, guys.
Daddy, be careful on the road.
Jerry?
Get back in your car right now! Remain with your feet!
We're getting out of here. Terry, what is this?
It's the same worldwide. Is anyone doing better than we are?
We don't know.
I'm scared.
How do we know they're coming?
They're coming. Ready?
I need you to help him. You're asking me to leave my family.
I'm not gonna force you.
Don't pretend you're not well suited for the job.
Baby?
Tell the kids I'm coming back. Just know, I'm coming back.
World War Z will be in Australian cinemas in June next year, and after seeing that trailer, I've decided when the zombie apocalypse happens, I want Brad Pitt to be on my team. Okay, now to a man who's killed 150 men in his time and slept with 44 women, James Bond. Skyfall is the 23rd film in the James Bond series and my favourite Bond movie ever. Recently, Daniel Craig and his two Bond girls came down under to talk to our Bond babe, Renee Brack, about all things 007 and how to shave James Bond without hurting him. Hint, it's all about what you practice on first. Take a look.
What do you say about a man like that?
3 months ago, you lost the drive containing the identity of every agent embedded in terrorist organizations across the globe.
007 reporting for duty.
Where the hell have you been?
Enjoying death.
I only have one question. Why not stay dead? There's no shame in saying you've lost a step.
Aside from any of the physical prep you do to become 007 and do each film, now that you've done it 3 times, what is the mental prep that goes into becoming 007 each time you do one of these really big shoots?
It's just working on it and discussing, figuring it out, saying what's right, what's wrong, how we're going to, where we're going to take it, what the story's going to be about, and it kind of happens over a slow period. It doesn't sort of just land. It just, you know, 4 years this film's been in the making, so that's been a long discussion. And, you know, certainly, you know, the sort of last 6 months before we start shooting is just very intense.
I want to meet your employer.
How much do you know about fear?
All there is.
Oh, not like this. Not like him.
And my heart broke for you on screen because you looked like a wounded animal to me, but still like a cornered animal that could still be quiet. Don't test me. Yeah. Which I thought was magnificent. How do you see the evolution over the last 50 years of the Bond girl and now your place in that?
And when I think about the Bond girl, I think about what you just said, this kind of creature, very feminine, but at the same time having like a male, you know, attitude, being in power. And what I really like to work on is animals in general. And this is a very good excuse because for me, Bond girls, like Grace Jones, Franka Jensen, they have those kind of animality too, you know, very instinctive creatures.
Just look at you, chasing spies. England, MI6. She sent you after me knowing you're not ready, knowing you would likely die. Mommy was very bad. The two survivors, this is what she made us.
Everybody needs a hobby.
So what's yours?
Resurrection.
When you go to workshop a scene, because everybody's looking forward to that first scene when the villain and 007 come together. So how do you go about working with another actor to make that really impactful?
He's a brilliant actor, and he came with a lot of ideas, and his you know, which is like all good actors are, they say, I can play this if I know what the truth of this is. And so he kind of figured it out, who this guy was, why he was so upset, and why he wanted to exact revenge, and that together with, you know, the fact that he's an incredibly charming, you know, charismatic man, is that, you know, he can bring something kind of very special to it. So, but we rehearsed it, and it kind of developed, and he developed it, and you know, we worked it together. And by the time we were shooting it, we'd done it enough times to sort of know. It was a very funny day, but working with the heavy is always funny.
Sam Mendes, I think he's brought something so different to this franchise because he's really refocused again on characters. And that's what really interests him, are actors and performances. And so I think if you have a great action movie, which this fundamentally is, and then you layer in brilliant characters that people can relate to and that are very multi-layered and really interesting, then you've got your audience. And I think that's why people have loved it so much.
They're not going to let you go. You're going to have to keep playing 007 for a while yet.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I'd love to do another one.
Is in cinemas now. Go and see it, if just for Javier Bardem, who plays a truly brilliant and very creepy villain. That's not all we have from the cast of Skyfall. After the break, Lizzy Lovette is at the fancy Australian premiere, and then Renee Brack is back with all the latest movie news, including which Bond villain has his own day dedicated to him here in Hollywood. That's after the break. Welcome back to Movie Juice, coming to you from Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood, a place where many dreams have been created and probably quite a few have been broken. Now it's time for Renee Brack to fill us in on all the latest movie news. Take it away, Renee.
Steven Spielberg's latest movie, Lincoln, closed out the AFI Festival in Los Angeles. A usually press-shy Daniel Day-Lewis made an appearance on the red carpet, alongside the director and co-stars Sally Field, Tommy Lee Jones, Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Jared Harris. Elsewhere in Tinseltown, GQ magazine held their annual Men of the Year party. Ben Affleck was on hand to celebrate his Filmmaker of the Year award.
This is very exciting. You know, I'm reader of GQ, I'm a fan, and I think they do a really good job at sort of being current and exposing you to things that you don't know about and having you look at things that you do know about in a different way, and also pulling together stuff from all, parts of the world and kind of mixing it up and exposing you to things that are relevant and important. So it's a real honor to be included among, the interesting stuff that GQ has collected over the years.
It was officially declared Javier Bardem Day in Hollywood.
Javier Bardem Day, that's so cool. And what is that like? Like everybody has to walk with a broken nose around Hollywood Boulevard?
The Spanish actor was joined by his Skyfall castmates Renee Malone and Naomie Harris, along with director Sam Mendes, as he received a star on the Walk of Fame.
I am here in large part because of Skyfall, the latest James Bond movie, and I tell you that you will not be disappointed.
Keira Knightley has been busy in the Big Apple promoting her new film, Anna Karenina. We caught up with the leading lady at a special screening of the lavish costume drama.
I wish I got to keep the jewels. The jewels were great. Unfortunately, they came with a very nice security guard, so I didn't get to keep any of them. Costume is such a massive part of film. And Jacqueline Duran, the costume designer, she was the same one on Atonement and Pride and Prejudice, and she's just sensational.
South Korean rapper Psy continued to enjoy his 15 minutes of fame. The viral sensation brought his Gangnam Style to the MTV Europe Music Awards held in Frankfurt, Germany. Even some of the biggest stars of the night were excited to see him hit the stage.
And I can't wait to see, there's some funny ones here. There's a couple of funny ones. David Hasselhoff, and Psy. Their shows are going to be amazing, so I can't wait to see that.
I'm looking forward to seeing the women that dance with my man Psy on the Gangnam Style. Love those dancers, so I can't wait to see it.
Psy himself still can't believe his sudden popularity.
It's crazy. They are singing my song in Korean language, and everything is so fast and way too far, way too fast. I don't know what to say. And I saw yesterday Heidi Klum dance my dance, so everything is crazy.
Meanwhile, in Rome, a 5,000-strong crowd took to the streets for the second largest flash mob gathering in honour of Gangnam Style. The largest took place in Paris. Now we can all wait for the announcement of Psy the movie, fully Gangnam and loving it. And that's it for Movie Juice News.
Thanks, Renee. Now, lucky Lizzy Lovette got to be on the red carpet for the Australian premiere of Skyfall, and she got up close to Mr. Bond himself, Daniel Craig, and the two lovely Bond ladies. Take a look.
Being your third Bond film, and there was a 4-year hiatus, was it easy going back into that suave suit?
It was, because we've been planning it for 4 years basically. So, it was just I was just itching to go really. I mean, we had a good script and it was an amazing cast and a great director. So, as an actor, you just want to do it.
Now you play the mistress to the bad guy, Silva, played by Javier. I just think he is spectacular in this film. What was he like to work alongside?
That was fantastic. Just having the ability to see those brilliant actors work and see how humble they are and just real professional, focused on the work and also great human beings. This is a good lesson for everybody, I think.
And you're the envy of many women because you have that steamy shower scene with Mr. Bond. That must have been tough for you.
It was very tough, you have to sacrifice yourself for the sake of art with a big A sometimes. So it includes being naked in a shower with beautiful, handsome strangers.
Now working alongside Daniel Craig, it must have been very tough. Was it a bit intimidating though on set?
Hugely intimidating in the beginning. I didn't even want to meet him because I just thought, oh my gosh, what if he hates me? Because it's all about chemistry, between us, and not that the whole movie is just about chemistry, but you have to.
You've got good chemistry.
Well, thank you very much. But we didn't even have an audition together to work out whether or not that was there. So it was really I was really nervous about whether it'd work out, but he's such a lovely guy. He really looked after me.
You love being part of the creative process. Is it true that you sort of sidled up to Sam Mendes, had a bit of a chat at a New York party with him?
Sidle up to anybody.
Yes, you do, Bond.
I just asked him. Yeah, I asked him if he'd do it, and it wasn't my job to do, but thankfully he did.
After the break, cue the screams. It's time for my chat with the stars of Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2. Ah! Then it's our What the Fuss segment with a film cliche which, once you notice, you may never unnotice. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Movie Juice, coming to you from Hollywood. Now, see this hand? This hand right here? This hand is probably the envy of a lot of Twilight fans because it got to fist bump with the stars of Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2 after I interviewed them. This is the 5th and final installment in the massively popular series, and even if you know the books off by heart, the film still offers some surprises. Take a look.
After 18 years of being utterly ordinary, I finally felt I could shine. I was born to be a vampire.
So beautiful. We're the same temperature now.
I didn't expect you to seem so... you?
I have to report a crime. The Cullens, they've done something terrible.
It's my daughter. The Volturi think Renee's made an immortal child.
She was born, not bitten. She grows every single day.
Oh my. Maintaining our secret has never been more imperative. What is it, Alice?
The Volturi, they're coming for us.
I know you were keen to sink your teeth into playing a vampire.
Yeah.
Did it feel the way you had imagined?
Yes, actually. It was so not a stretch, so not like this giant leap into the unknown. I felt like I'd been sitting around waiting and gearing up to do it for so long. I was like itching to do it. And the fact that Bella becomes just a really grown-up, awesome, realized version. I knew her so well. I knew exactly who Vampire Bella needed to be.
Was it fun to see Kristen as a vampire finally? And maybe see her struggle with some of the more uncomfortable aspects of being a vampire?
Yeah, it's funny because I think she's always thought that she was like, oh, I can play a vampire. And anybody who was complaining about it before or saying it was difficult in any way, she'd be like, what are you talking about? It's so easy. I could do it so well. And then seeing her struggle with things, it was quite satisfying to watch.
Seems like this film has more fun with the inherent silliness of being a vampire.
Well, there's a kind of nice tongue-in-cheekness, I think, about certain moments in it, you know, and there's an enjoyment of the tradition of vampires and an enjoyment of the things that have happened over the whole series of these films as well. You know, there are things that happen, without giving anything away, but there are things that happen that that maybe people have made fun of in the past when they've watched the films, and that in these films that's part of the enjoyment of it.
So it's funny in this film that even though there's this threat of war and threat on his family, Edward, a little bit more chillaxed this time.
Yeah. He's got his thumb out of his butt. God, this is after lunch.
After lunch speak with Rob Pattinson. Was that fun to play, that he could finally let loose? I mean, he's not so worried about Jacob anymore. Bella's finally a vampire.
Yeah, I mean, I think once you turn a girl into a vampire and have a kid with her, have a half vampire kid, you can't really expect much else. You've got it committed.
If enough people knew the truth, maybe we could convince the Volturi to listen. My family's in danger. I need your help. We'll join you.
We will stand with you.
A lot of red eyes around here.
One thing I can appreciate, and I'd like to thank you on behalf of all women in Australia for your many shirtless scenes.
Oh no.
You took one for the team and we appreciated it. What was your first thought after you finished your final shirtless scene? Was it like, I'm gonna eat a giant cake?
That's exactly what it was, and that's exactly what I did. Yeah. My last shirtless scene of the franchise was the scene with Charlie in this one. And I remember as soon as I finished, I just let out a huge roar and I went straight to dinner. I didn't eat dinner, I just ate dessert, and I was very excited.
A lot of humor in this one, I liked that, and also a lot of danger.
Yeah.
Did you like the twist when you first read it?
Well, the script, when we first got the script, it was 200 some odd pages. It was one film, basically, it was Breaking Dawn. And reading through it, it was very familiar to the book, and then we got to a certain page, and our worlds were turned upside down. And it's something that, definitely don't want to spoil for any fans out there who haven't seen the film yet, and it doesn't even come out for like another week and a half. So we don't want to tell them anything, but basically just, be prepared for one of the wildest rides in this Twilight Saga.
I'll never let anybody hurt you.
Twilight Breaking Dawn Part Part 2 is in cinemas now, and Twihards are going to love it. It's got humour, it's got romance, and one intense action scene. Okay, now it's time for our What the Fuss segment, and we found a piece of film dialogue used a lot in movies. Have a look.
Stop me, as if she sat on me with her big, fat, royal bottom. She's behind me, isn't she?
Brady Sachs? Who cares? That's what I said. He's right behind me, isn't he?
You got the substitute, Prokopi.
The creepy, hairy, creepy guy? He's right behind me, isn't he?
Nick and I got on this cruise by mistake. And then I met this girl, and she assumed I was gay. And then I stupidly went along with it because... She's behind me, isn't she?
I mean, he's lost. His lost soul. He's a dented can. He's behind me, isn't he?
Oh! He's right behind me, isn't he?
Not really my color, is it?
Been here long?
If you have any clips you'd like us to feature in our What the Fuss segment, drop us a line at facebook.com/MNCTV. All right, sadly, that's the end of this week's Movie Juice coming to you from Hollywood. But next week, I sit down with Emma Watson and the stars of The Perks of Being a Wallflower. So tune in for that. But in the meantime, stay on Starfix for all the movies you know and the actors you love. Bye. Broadcasting glorious high definition with 5.1 surround sound where available. For all the best in entertainment news, find or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube and mnc.tv.